What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And Kevin Feige and the folks down at Marvel can't be too happy right now, okay? They can't be too happy. This has been a hell of a weekend for them guys. I'm telling you right now, man, I already did a video about this and you guys saw that. I'll go ahead and link it above if you didn't catch that video. But we were just talking about how bad things were for Marvel right now, okay? With them having to kind of reshuffle the deck for everything Phase 5 and Phase 6 related, okay? Because Phase 4 was a complete flop, so they had to put the brakes on that. All right, we're going to have to reshuffle the deck chairs and make sure that we're doing things the correct way, slowing it down, more quality, less quantity. We got to do all of that. I did that video, and then I also talked about how Ant-Man itself, okay, getting the box office for Thursday was not healthy, okay? It wasn't a sparkling box office. It was kind of a nothing burger of a box office for Thursday. And then, of course, we talked about Captain Marvel 2 getting kicked back all the way to November, all right? So they could try to probably find some room to clean that thing up because they know they can't compete in the summer. I mean, Marvel is in a bad way right now, and it looks like it's going to get even worse, okay? $46 million is not great for a two-day total, because you're talking about Thursday and Friday. All right. You're talking about Thursday. You're talking about Friday. The two-day total of $46 million. That means it only did about $28 to $29 million on Friday. That's not good, guys. Okay. You can expect maybe Saturday might do another 28 million, and then Sunday it might tip out somewhere in the 21 million range or something like that. It'll probably get to $100 million, but that's not the win everybody thinks it is. Because Marvel movies cost $1, plus they have a huge drop on the second weekend. Second weekends get 60% drops in some cases. More. Like, for instance, Doctor Strange and Thor Love and Thunder both had a 67% drop in its second weekend. You put a 67% drop on a $100 million, you only make it $33, $34 million, okay? In your second weekend. And it's definitely downhill after that, because everybody that wanted to see it went to see it, okay? So yeah, this thing is not looking good. Let's go ahead and check out what Variety has to say. Marvel Studios has kicked off the box office into high gear again, landing its largest opening day of 2023. See how they try to spin it? Like, oh wow, the largest opening day of 2023, and it's February. You know what I mean? We haven't even gotten to summer or anything like that. Whatever. But yeah, that's what it's done. $46 million from 4,300 locations, $17 million on Thursday. All right. It marks the third highest February opening day in history, right behind Black Panther and Deadpool. Again, that's not saying much, because a lot of companies avoid February in terms of putting a big blockbuster movie out. They save all of that crap for the summer, all right? They don't put big blockbuster movies in February. These are the couple of the rarest of rare exceptions, all right? So again, not saying nothing. Quantumania also landed the highest figure for an Ant-Man series. Again, not saying nothing, okay? Ant-Man movies was really never making that kind of money anyway, all right? It's, again, it's just a whole lot of spin when it comes to the media. Now, they're saying basically, yeah, they expect it to make about $100 million out of the three-day total. I probably would agree with that, all right? They're saying that they might do $130 million over the four-day holiday weekend. Again, maybe not, all right? But look at what other films did in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Doctor Strange, 185. Thor Love and Thunder, 144. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, 181. Again, it's diminishing returns with Marvel, okay? Down, 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 down. Everything is just less than whatever it was before. All right. So, yeah, this doesn't impress me by just saying, oh, well, it's right up underneath these openings. But, then they say, yeah, Ant-Man films have typically carried a more modest profile than their Marvel peers. Yeah, they also carried a more modest budget. All right. This joint is costing $200 million just like these other films. All right. So it needs to make the money of these other films. And I don't think it's going to get close. I don't think this thing is going to crack like $600 million. I mean, if it does, it'll barely do it. All right. And that's not good enough for Marvel. I'm sorry, that's not. Because Marvel needs these things to break the bank. They need these things to make money. They're spending $200 million on these. Okay. So that means they got to get up to $500 million. Every time they spend $200 million, they need to get to at least $500 million just to break even. All right. That's a lot of work for a movie to do. Okay, so if it doesn't reach that $500 million, or if it barely creeps past it, maybe it gets to 550, maybe it gets to 600 million, you're not talking about a lot of money, okay? Overseas markets, especially China, okay? China takes a boatload of that money, all right? They leave Marvel with about a quarter out of every dollar that they make, all right? So, yeah, they're going to really need this thing to kick in some money in the domestic side. And that's looking precarious as well. As you can see, Ant-Man 3 receives the worst audience score in MCU history. This thing is a done deal, man. I'm telling you, this thing is a done ass deal. Okay, nobody's checking for this movie, and yeah, it's just a bad look all the way around. It says it's gotten off to a rough start, reaching a low for the Marvel Cinematic Universe in terms of the audience score. Marvel Studios has high hopes for Ant-Man 3 to be the next big step in the MCU's multiverse saga, especially with it pitting Team Ant-Man against Kang the Conqueror. But while the stakes seem higher in this movie than any previous Ant-Man film to date, the threequel hasn't gotten off to a great start in terms of fan reception. Coming in with lofty expectations, the first movie in Phase 5, some critics have already shared their disappointment. And here it is, tying for the worst rank with MCU audiences. And what they're talking about here is the Cinemascore, right? Has a Cinemascore of a B. Now, if you guys don't know what the Cinemascore is, that's basically these guys that run Cinemascore stand outside of theaters, okay? And once the movie is out and you walk out, they say, hey, what would you get that movie on a grade, you know, A to F or whatever? Oh, I'll give it an A, B, but whatever. And then they jot that down and they capture actual fan reviews from people that just saw the movie and their first immediate reaction after walking out of the theater. That's basically what Cinemascore is, and they're basically saying, yeah, it's a B, which is the lowest, or tied for the lowest, with Eternals, as it says right here, the first being Eternals in 2021. So here's a list of all the various Cinemascores. And if you look at these, what I thought was interesting, this is in release date order, okay? So these are the films that came out in the order of release, and only Thor had a B+. And I think Thor is actually better than people give it credit for, but nevertheless, it had a B+, all right? It was the only B in the first 3 phases, okay? If you go through all of these films, all right, even Captain Marvel's lame ass got an A, all right? So you had pretty much nothing but A's, only one B, right? But then you get down here to Phase 4, which started off with Black Widow. Here's the Phase 4 movies. Look at that, all right? One phase, 3 B's. And then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania kicking off Phase 5 with a B. Absolutely ridiculous. And then it says right there, Cinemascore's audience scores rating is a calculated average of the ratings given by moviegoers as they walk out of the theaters. This means that the score is solely based on initial reactions from the general public immediately following the movie. Yeah, so as you walking out of the theater, they telling you exactly what they think about this crap, all right? Marvel is in deep trouble with a B, okay? And you can see compared with all of these other films in Phase 4, these B's are starting to pile up, okay? B is for boring, B is for bad, B is for bullshit. That's what these B's stand for. Nobody want to watch this crap no more, okay? They're done with the A's. It's like, nah, this is crap, all right? The normie audience, like I said, would love this movie, all right? Yeah, there you go. 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. Normie audiences will eat this stuff up, okay? 2 hours of CGI and bad jokes, all right? You throw in some little heartwarming crap with MODOK at the end, normies eat that up all day. But what they're not going to do is go back for a second viewing, okay? They watch it once, and then they'll wait for the next film, okay? Whereas the nerds and the geeks, the ones that were going back to see Endgame and Infinity War and all the Captain America series, okay? And went and saw Guardians and all of these various films, they saw them multiple times, okay? And that's what took those movies up. That's why you got a $1 billion film like Black Panther. Black people went and saw Black Panther a gajillion times, okay? I know I saw it twice myself. I have friends that saw that thing up to 5 times, all right? Took their families and their kids, the whole 9, went and made a whole day of it, all right? That's how these things get going, all right? But nobody's going to see this crap more than once, okay? They don't care about Kang the Conqueror like that. They don't care about Ant-Man, and you haven't made us care, and so far, everything in Phase 4 has just been one giant nothing burger. So, Phase 5 starting off the exact same way. I'm interested to see what Marvel does, okay? Disney, will they learn their lesson? That's the question. Will Disney learn their lesson, or will they keep going down this same road where you go woke, you go broke? Anyway, folks, go ahead. Let me know what you think about this whole situation with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania getting the worst audience score in Marvel history, along with a bad box office that doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Go ahead, jump down, give me your thoughts and your opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.